It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Hey. I went to a funeral the other day for a friend who went passed away. Cars lined the road all along the route. People came from east, west, north, and south. Roses by the dozen, cars by the scores. People packed to church from pulpit to door. They say good things about Johnny. His friends started to cry. Johnny, oh my Johnny, why did you have to die? They don't know you until you're dead. Tell you sit down, carries your head. But when you're up and feeling fine, they don't check for you no time. Say they don't know you till you're dead. Nobody checking for you till you're dead. Church for everybody coming. Friends from out of town till you're dead. Dressed in black, big rim hat till you're dead. Liquor smelling all over the bread. Say they don't know you till you're dead. Say they don't know you till you're
Sunrise!
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. I'm Anastasia Palacios.
Good morning, TGIF. I am Philip Simon II.
Today is the second, and then of course we have one of the best bands around, the Shadow Band, is with us this morning as we celebrate 18 years here on Bahamas at Sunrise.
18 years, show 1800.
Yeah.
I don't know your box that, but was
Well,
it?
it's a little more than 1800.
Okay, a little more than 800.
Yeah, a little more than 1800,
My
but 18
goodness,
years.
listen guys, thank you so much, man. Amazing. We could be hearing more from the Shadow Band, loving the new outfits, the new gigs, still
Yeah.
doing it with excellence.
Certainly.
Yeah.
I mean, early this morning they had us dancing and moving,
As
and
you
so you can tell it's going to be a lively and phenomenal show this morning.
Well, I don't know what's going to happen by 2 o'clock today, but we are here live. I say they don't know you until you're there, but we live here this morning on Bahamas at Sunrise.
Certainly, and we're really, really excited, and we just want to celebrate our entire team who have made this possible over these past 18 years as we celebrate our anniversary.
Yeah.
And as we said for you, the tune has already been set with the Shadow Band, so you know it's going to be a great show.
Yeah, no doubt about it, no doubt about it. I mean, 18 years is a long time. I mean, I was maybe 2 years now, 3 years. I don't even remember, but it's been a rush. It's been fun straight through. Listen, we've got a great show. Pastor Ricardo's back.
Yeah.
I think they're starting the Influencers Summit this morning. Ricardo Miller, that is, and the National Influencers Summit starts today. He's brought some friends with him. You know, it's always wonderful when Ricardo is on the show.
For sure. And in addition to that, we're going to be talking with my good friend, Kimberly Mullings. Kimberly, as you might remember,
Yeah.
was one of the first people we spoke with after the hurricane in Grand Bahama. She's really been doing a phenomenal job in helping people get rescued and different things. So we're going to be getting an update from her on the status of Grand Bahama post-Dorian. And speaking of statuses, we're also going to be talking with Sun Oil out of Abaco to find out what's happening there in terms of getting oil back to the island, gas back to the island, making sure that their operations are up and running. So that's going to be a good conversation as well. And then, you know, we can't have these good-looking people around us with all this good music. music and don't hear from them again. So Shadow Band is also going to be playing with us. And of course, when there's an anniversary or a celebration, we have to have cake. So we shall eat cake this morning as well.
First thing, first thing. But you can't go wrong with that. But listen, one guy who's been here almost from the beginning, Mr. Godfrey Burnside, is going to tell us how the weather's looking.
Certainly. So here is Godfrey now with our first look at weather.
Weather at sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First. First in insurance, today, tomorrow.
Thank you, Star. Good morning, Bahamas. In your first look at weather at sunrise, we do have a weak frontal boundary across Exuma, Kidd Island, and San Salvador this morning, triggering out pockets of showers and thunderstorms. And behind that is interacting with a trough that's over the Grand Bahama Abaco area, that too, triggering out showers and thunderstorms. Little couple look across the Grand Bahama in the vicinity of Bimini this morning. In your weather today, mix of sun and clouds with scattered showers, isolated thunderstorms, mainly along that frontal boundary in the southeastern islands. Your high temperature 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, partly cloudy skies with a few showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm. The low temperature going down to 77 degrees Fahrenheit. And there's some region highs and lows across the Caribbean. Barbados, 83 and 78. In Jamaica, 83 and 71. In Trinidad, 82 and 76. And the Turks and Caicos Islands, 89 and 76. Across North America, Atlanta, 84 and 60. In Raleigh, 79 and 53. In Miami, 84 and 77, Dallas, Texas, 75 and 51, and Toronto, Canada, 60 and 55. As we go through the weekend, a mix of sun and clouds, breezy conditions, shower, thunderstorm possible. Those temperatures daytime will be in the mid to upper 80s daytime, at nighttime in the mid-70s. That puts you up in your first look at weather sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Star.
Thank you so much, Godfrey. Now, you may remember her story if you've been staying with us over these past 18 years, and especially over these past 8 or so weeks. We interviewed Kimberly Mullings just days after Dorian to get her account of what she endured in Grand Bahama during that time. And you might remember that she was also very key in providing a lot of rescues for many of the people that were not able to reach out to local authorities through the use of her cell phone, Twitter, and social media. Well, Kimberly's back today, and she's not doing a Skype interview this morning. She's here with us in person, and we're so happy to be speaking with her just so we can get a bit more of an update. Kim, good morning, and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you with us. Just so grateful that you are still with us, haven't survived Dorian, and actually really committing yourself and your time these past few weeks to continuing to help the effort. So before we get into that, how are you and the family doing? Is everybody okay?
Everybody is finally accounted for,
Okay.
and everybody is okay.
Okay.
You know, lost some friends, lost some family friends as well.
Yeah.
But other than that, everything's okay. Everybody's okay.
Now, I mean, and that must be incredibly traumatic, and I still am at this space where I kind of get teary-eyed when we talk about it, because of course we both know some people who would have passed during the storm, and loss of life can never be replaced. But a lot of buildings were damaged as well. Are we starting to see any sort of rebuilding efforts, any sort of new construction? What's happening in terms of shifting from this has been the most traumatic experience ever to, okay, we're still here and we have to rebuild?
Okay, so you know when you kind of want to move from relief to restoration.
Yeah.
I feel like we're still on the fence with that in Grand Bahama. And for you and I, we've lived through some hurricanes together in Grand Bahama Island. We've both been in school during hurricanes. And I know school is the most important thing. And although I went to private school, I would like to see the government school students back in school.
Okay, so
That's
they're
a big
still not in
challenge.
school yet?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
So they're working on repairing some schools. Other than that, structurally, you know, if you have insurance, you know, you're in a little better predicament than others
Right.
who didn't have insurance. And now I guess they're just waiting on building equipment to begin hitting the island. You know, they've already done the food, the water, although we still need more food and water to
I was
come.
about to find
Of
out.
course, we definitely need it, but
Yeah.
building supplies is next on the list.
So are you, or how are people feeling on the island? A friend of mine was in East Grand Bahama last week, and they were not as impressed with what has been happening in terms of even just relief efforts. So what are some of the things that we really want to encourage people to know in terms of providing relief efforts to those parts that have really been hit the hardest by the storm?
Okay, so you also can't forget West Grand Bahama. They were hit as well, as well as East.
Okay.
We don't want you to forget them because, East Grand Bahama is so far out.
Right.
At the end of the day, it's not like they're in Freeport. They could always go to the harbor quickly or anything like that. They're not easily accessible. And that's always been the unfortunate part. When you think of driving to East End, if you're not from there, I had some friends who lived in East End High School and I'd always be like,
how y'all just make it?
Yeah, what time y'all just wake up in the morning? But again, we have to move away from that mentality. Now that we're older, we understand, hey, this is a way of life for so many people, and we can't forget them.
Yeah.
They do need help. Anytime they see people coming out, and I don't know if you've seen pictures or spray painting on the walls where they say, don't forget about me, or, it may look like nobody's outside right now, but knock on the door, we're here.
Okay.
Or leave some stuff here for us.
Okay.
But they are being their brother's keepers down in East End, which is tremendous to see. Yeah. So even if somebody isn't home, a neighbor would say, hey, they're out right now, but still leave it. Okay. So it's refreshing to see how we've become our brother's keeper, especially in a time like this.
Yeah, and you really did an awesome job of being your brother and your sister's keeper during the season, and you rescued so many people, and then you even had people staying in your home. Have those persons that were actually staying with you now moved on and started to get new places and that sort of thing?
I want to say yes, but then we also are now faced with the issue of a lot of people are now displaced. You have tenants who were in apartments which were flooded, and of course now they have to be they have to move out so that repairs can begin. Okay. So it's a matter of things like that.
Yeah. So people are still displaced and still lots to do, but. Kimberly, you were really, really phenomenal in this effort. How many people did you rescue again?
I don't know. It was a group effort, but I think we lost count. We don't care.
Okay.
As much as just as long as we were able to help somebody.
All right. So I remember those numbers, and you're right. It was a group effort. So many phenomenal people that worked with us during that time to just get people out. But I remember, I think on the first or second night, you had a count of almost 40 people that we were able to say these people have been found safe, and that's phenomenal for a group. And she's the representative of the face of the group this morning to be able to say, we pulled 40 people from their homes. We're able to rescue them in the space of about 24 hours when the storm was really bad is phenomenal. And so for us, because National Heroes Day is coming up here at Bahamas at Sunrise, we wanted to congratulate our hero, Kimberly Munnings, and so we've done something special for her. We've had some of our partners come together, and we've given her a gift certificate to the Old Fort Bay Town Center, a $50 gift card to John Bull, and several Starbucks vouchers to celebrate her as our hero. So Kimberly, thank you so much for your willingness to sacrifice. And Kimberly's actually even taking the year away from her master's to be on the island of Grand Bahama to help with the rebuilding situation.
One semester.
I
will be back.
Thank you so much, Kimberly.
All right. Thank you so much for having me.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be back with more after this commercial break.
Good afternoon. First response. How can I help you?
I've been in an accident on West Bay Street. Can you send someone to help?
Yes, ma'am. A first response team will be there in 15 minutes. Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine, but a bit upset.
We're glad you're not hurt. Please, try to relax. Our team will take care of everything as soon as they arrive.
First Response provides immediate on-site service and support from the scene of an accident through the claims and repair process. And it's free to all Bahamas First insured drivers in New Providence, every day for any type of accident. If you drive and want first response on your side, call 32-FIRST or visit bahamasfirst.com for the name of an authorized Bahamas First agent. First response can't prevent an accident from happening,
but it can certainly ease your mind when it happens.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. A very exciting morning. I had to ask Ricardo Miller whether or not it was too much too soon. But welcome back to the show. Tonight is the night, the Influencers Summit. This is what, the third year?
This is the third year.
The third year. We've got Ricardo Miller in the studio. He's joined by visitors to our shores, but they almost behave in. Cherie Lee and Pastor Herb Ford. Welcome back to the Bahamas. Welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
It's so good to be back.
Yeah. So again, third year.
Third year, we're excited. The previous year, one of the things we did was we called it the Children's Ministry Workers Leaders Summit.
Yep.
And now it's the Influencers Summit. Anyone who has a passion to reach children, youth, or young adults.
And you know, I think that's so important to state over and over again the difference when you use the word influencers.
Come on, yeah.
That's deliberate. That's, like you say, intentional.
Intentional, yes.
Tell us what that means.
Well, there's this need to connect. And so we're going to connect both children, youth, and young adults, and the generation is shifting. And we're needing people to know that you don't need to say they don't listen anymore.
Right.
The truth is we're influencers of children. We're influencers of young adults. And for those of us who have the title or responsibility, we should become better at it.
You know, it's amazing, too. I mean, when you talk about influencing, and I don't want to belabor this point too much, but it's leadership. I mean, when you talk about a definition of who a leader is, he is or she is an influencer. So you're back once again.
Back once again, and I'm excited to be back. And you know, when we talk about influencers, because of social media, sometimes the influences that our children and youth get are not necessarily the most positive. And so that is why I'm so excited that he's changed his name to influencers to show that influencers mean leadership and it means something positive. And we want to train the already influencers how to better influence the next generations.
I mean, that's powerful. Pastor Herb, you know, these things that we have in our hands every single day,
Exactly right.
you know, almost they're replacing people, but but there's always something behind it.
Yeah, you know, when you say that, it is extremely important because we are living in probably one of the most incredible ages there ever has been, because this new generation, Generation Z, is coming up, and they all want to be entrepreneurs, but one of the things that sometimes they don't understand is the work that it takes to get all the way there. This conference is amazing because we get the opportunity to deposit wisdom, not just for parents, but also leaders, because as you know, as we just said, influence is leadership, okay? So it's nothing more, nothing less. If you look behind you and you don't see anybody, that means you're not leading anyone. So.
Absolutely, and you can be a leader exactly where you're at, right? Exactly where you're at. So talk a little bit more about the agenda for this weekend. Who's invited?
Well, for one, I'll let Cherie say what topics we have, but before we do that, we're asking children directors, youth directors, senior pastors, school teachers, principal, private and public, if you are interested in making sure that you don't say the words like, these young people don't listen, and what's wrong with these young people, come to the Influencers Summit.
Yes, because we'll be having classes and workshops on being a creative communicator, because as an influencer, you have to be able to communicate. But then we're also having a class that talks about how to deal with children in crisis and youth in crisis, because influencers have to know how, because these young people are going through everything, and especially those here that have just been affected by Dorian. And so we have to know how to effectively reach them. And then how to brand yourself in social media, because as an influencer, your social media can hurt or hinder or be a blessing to you.
I mean, that's powerful. I mean, you know, we always used to say, oh, we see here growing up, you know, children should be seen and not heard. I mean, children are going through some things.
And they're being heard now because they have social media platforms and they all have a voice that these technology has given them. And so we want to make sure the adults in our community don't become disconnected with the current generation that is coming up, because there is a national disconnection going on between the young and the old.
Yeah, no doubt. And I know you're speaking. I don't want you to give us all this morning, you know. But what do you think is kind of the most important message that comes out?
I think the most important message that we can do, we can understand, is that these children are now going to be the leaders for tomorrow. So with knowing that and understanding that, they are probably the most powerful generation there ever has been, because of the, how can I put it, the instant access to information that they have, like right now, and they can get it right now. So we have to make sure that we understand that the message is the same. We have to get them in a place where they understand, get parents in a place where they understand these children are very important. Time is important to be with them, but also communicating with them the best ways. And we're going to share some of those things as well, as Cherie was saying, so that we can help influence them to do great things.
I mean, this is powerful. I mean, to me, this is powerful. I mean, when you talk about the amount of information that's out there, and not all of it is good information.
It's not all of it. That's right.
It's not all of it is truth.
Right. That's right.
You know,
That's right.
So how do you begin to establish with an influencer when they're communicating what is right, what is wrong, what is truth, what is not?
A lot of people have been expressing their opinion about the next generation from their heart, but not from their head. You have to have an understanding that even though you feel something, it may not be right. And so we have a so our goal is to help parents to know what to do, not just go by how they feel. He needs to listen to me. He is not going to listen to you just because you're the mom anymore. He is not going to listen to you anymore because you're a teacher or because you're the superintendent. You have to earn the right for them to listen. Somebody said, but no, that's not the way it is.
Oh boy, you scared the hornet's nest here this morning.
Here's the thing, they have the access to the same information that the youth do, but we don't partake in it. And so that's one of the things that we're showing our generation and those before us, how to access the same thing that the youth have so that we can help them disseminate what's truth and what's not truth better, because we have to know what they're receiving.
Yeah, very powerful. Very powerful. Again, so give us the details.
Well, it's all at QC. Starts at QC tonight. It's actually an open session. Anyone can come and enjoy the session free of charge. No registration needed for tonight. However, registration is for tomorrow. So if you want to come and register for tomorrow, we have more than 15 breakout sessions. I mean, we got 20 plus presenters from the United States along with some local presenters. Keynote speaker is a local pastor here, Pastor Brad Clare from Evangelistic Temple. He will be opening us up tonight, and then tomorrow we have a couple of attorneys, a couple of businessmen, and we got some ministers. It's going to be a great deal going at QC starting 7 o'clock tonight, and tomorrow morning at 8:30 it all starts.
All right. So do I call this the third National Influencers Summit?
Come on, it's the third.
Okay, all right. Listen, thank you so much for being here once again. By the way, loving these threads these gentlemen are wearing, of course, the rose in the middle. Pastor Herb Lee, welcome back to the Bahamas. Thank you so much. Cherie, I'm sorry, Herb Ford. Cherie Lee. I just gave him your, of course, Ricardo Miller, my brother.
Thank you.
Yeah,
all right,
thank you so much,
appreciate
man. You're watching Bahamas at sunrise. We'll be right back.
It truly is better in the Bahamas, and there are countless reasons why. 700 islands and keys, sparkling water, breathtaking views, the warmth of the people, friendly, smiling faces, the food, talent, culture, and rich history.
The first bold steps were taken on the road to independence.
Bahamas, we've come a long way, and we honor those who have sacrificed and toiled in order for us to enjoy our beautiful Bahama land. We are blessed, and it truly is better in the Bahamas. Each day we should ask ourselves, what am I doing to make the Bahamas a better place? Let's continue to spread hope, joy, peace, and love. And always remember that a better Bahamas begins with you.
I started in 1974 with the first-born Bahamian principal, Dr. John Knowles. I got a call from Ms. Linda Burrows at the Ministry of Education, and she said, Mary, how would you like to work at the College of the Bahamas, because we're bringing the college into existence? So I said, yes. I am overjoyed because I've made it to the university. That was something to be proud about, because I've seen all the changes from college to university. We can compare ourselves with any university. From day one, from we started, the standard was so great. I am Mary Major Russell, and this is my UB.
Apply today at www.ub.edu.bs.
How are we making Rev work wonders for you? We are doing it together. You told us what you want, and we've heard you. Want faster broadband? How about speeds up to 1 gigabit per second? Want shorter house calls? 2 hours max. We promise. Want to take your entertainment anywhere? Well, your Rev Go Play app is here. Rev, we've heard you. You speak, we listen. Rev, you and us together.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. Well, I'm so excited. I am incredibly excited about this next segment because we're going to be taking a really cool look back at our history and our tourism product all in one. You may or may not have seen a pirate ship sailing our waters. Yes, an actual pirate ship. And it's been the brainchild of Tony Knowles, who's the president of Pirates Revenge Limited, and Tommy Thompson, who's the vice president of operations for Pirates Revenge Limited. We're going to learn all about the Blackbeard's Revenge, which is what the ship is called this morning. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Thank you. And we got a pirate off the seas this morning. So.
Ah, my lady.
Which is not always easy to do.
Not this early in the morning.
I would think pirates have other things to be doing this early in the morning, like sleeping off the night before. But alas, we got you here, and so very happy to have you with us, Mr. Knowles. You converted the Eleuthera Express to this revolutionary 140-foot 18th century pirate ship. What was the vision that you had in mind?
Well, it goes way back to 1995.
Mm-hmm.
I pioneered helicopter charter services in the Bahamas, early age, and business was slow moving. And one day, a group of people came in, and the sales lady was trying to make a pitch, and they didn't buy. They walked out. I said, "The next group, I got them."
Okay.
And they came in, and I looked at them and described the tour and the layout of the forts, the water tower.
Okay.
And I started to say, by the way, there was tall ships in the harbor, it's taken over by pirates, Nassau. Began telling a little bit of the history, and I saw the twinkle in the eyes, and I knew I had them.
Wow.
And I just kept hold of that, and it really turned my business around. So I said to myself, you know what, you're pretty incredible. You don't consider yourself a salesman, but here you are with a 21st century product, selling it based upon a 17th century era in the Bahamas. And I said, you're in the wrong business. You need to be in the pirate ship business. So I made a promise to myself way back then that one day I would get myself into a pirate tour excursion business.
Okay.
And tell you how old I am. When I turned 50, I said, three years ago, I said, if you're going to do it, it's now.
Right.
And then I attended the inaugural seminar speech by Minister Diagla, and it was a call out to the Bahamian people, the entrepreneurs, that we need more quality tours and excursions, not cheap necessarily, for our visitors to do. Because statistics says that more than 40% of the cruise visitors never even get off the ship.
Wow.
And so it's saying something. And what it is the lack of things, creative things to do, and was always intrigued by the era of piracy in the Bahamas. It made us as a country, and it was so colorful. It was the first form of democracy, and I wanted to tell the story about who we are. And my grandfather, being the legendary Hall of Fame boat builder Rupert Knowles, grew up around boats, never really picked up the tools, well, that's why I was small, messing with my grandfather, right? And then I just do it. And I got up and I began searching, literally searched the globe over. Some of the places, Sweden, Turkey, Spain, Italy, New Zealand, Indonesia, Australia, the Caribbean, St. Lucia, Cayman, Honduras, and then in America. And in the meantime, when I'm searching, I began realizing that you're not going to find the ideal boat.
No.
And the challenge was how much water do they draw?
Right.
Meaning how much water they need to float in.
Right.
Because I realized that I couldn't have a boat that did not go up in Montague Bay.
Okay.
The other boats I was looking at, you had to go to the western entrance of the harbor.
Okay.
And I said, you're going to have to build it.
Wow.
And so the first thing I did was I went around Port-of-Ski and look, because all those boats are there because, we're the land of the shallow seas.
Right.
And the first boat I looked at was the Luther Express. And my heart went out to her. She is just perfect. She's the right color, green, right? Money.
Right.
And the next one was Captain Moxie. But I realized that they were both under contract and owned by lucrative Bahamians. So I said, you probably never owned them.
Right.
And then I went to look at a boat up in Alabama. And I realized that wasn't it. And a buddy from me says, you're not going to find this boat, Tony. And that guy who the boat I looked at gave me a magazine. I opened the magazine and flew into Orlando, drove to Mobile, and the guy said, you need to stop in Destin, Florida. I dreaded the ride back from Mobile not having my boat. And when he gave me the magazine, he said, stop in Destin, Florida. 4 more hours added to the trip, so 19 hours. Oh, Lord, help me. And I got in the car, and I said, nothing better to do, go through the magazine. On page 4 was this little ad. It says, light cargo ships, so many meters by so many meters, for sale. And in doing the floor plan for building the boat, she had to be 140 feet by 28 feet wide, 6-foot draft. I called them up, and I said, she said, you want to speak to a salesman? I said, no, let me speak to you first. I'm on Bluetooth now. I said, convert the meters into feet for me, please. So she said, sir, came back after short, she said, 140 by 28 by 6.
And just
everything, the electricity, wow, that's my boat. Call me. And then it was the conversion. We set it up. Purchased I could not believe it was actually the Luther Express.
That is, and just so
full circle.
Full circle right back to the Luther Express.
Right there, right on the parlor scheme.
So now, how can we get on this boat, right? Tony has created this awesome experience. How do we get on the boat and go for the experience ourselves?
Well, we have an office that is located on Doswell Street, and we have a Facebook page. We have a website, and we also on YouTube. And so we cater to corporate society. We do weddings. We do school. We have a school program where, like Tony says, we do the history of what is happening, and also, like it says, functions, events. We have the Ministry of Tourism. We're partnering with the travel and tourism industry because we have all the tour companies, all the destination management companies aboard. So you just call us, and whatever type of event that you want, we will make it happen.
That is awesome. That is awesome. And so it's Black Badge Events. We can find it on Black Badge Events on Facebook, and then if we just do a Google search, the website will come up. Awesome.
Definitely.
And you guys have all these actors. Tony's not acting. Tony's a pirate.
Oh, he's an actual pirate.
But there is a full experience on board the ship.
Oh, definitely. There's a mutiny that goes on. That that it's an interactive behavior with everybody. So you're not just going to come in there and you're going on a regular cruise and you just have a party. When you come aboard, you are a part of the cast.
Experience. That's
and
awesome.
so the experience leaves you, like I said, it's an exhilarating one, and you will never ever forget what happens on that boat. And you will be back.
I'm sure. Listen, I can't wait to go. And when I go, I'm going to come back and tell them all about it. So, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
And congratulations on bringing this vision to life. I just love to see it. And I think you've given so many people hope that no matter what you dream, even if it's 20 years ago, you can still make it happen. So thank you.
Never give up on it. And I have to say that she's 100% Bahamian, built right here on Bay Street.
Awesome.
All designed, everything, so she's ours.
She's ours.
And it's for kids of all ages. So come on out, various packages, day, sunset, and nighttime tours.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you for having us.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be back with more. We've got Peturo Burrows now with a look at what's happening at Sun Oil in Abaco.
In the wake of Hurricane Dorian, Sun Oil Limited has set up mobile fueling dispensers in Abaco. This move brought relief and hope to people like Michael Jones, owner of Abaco Battery and Tire, Shell Station, Dundas Town.
We're just in the process now of trying to rebuild. We were able to come in and do some cleanup whereby Sun Oil has came in and set up some smart tanks that we can begin to service the public with gasoline and diesel. There's another station that's in the Marsh Harbor area that is now doing the same. And over the last few days, I've noticed an increase of residents, mainly businessmen, who have been now returning to the island and beginning the cleanup of their properties, which is very good, very positive, which means that, you know, we are a group of businessmen, a group of people who is determined to continue to go on. We realize that it's not going to be an easy road. It's going to be a very long process in doing so, but whatever we can do to try to bring some normalcy back to life, and also to bring residents back to life and give them the hope that Abaco will be rebuilt. I think that is what the statement we are making today, and having to come back at this point to rebuild our businesses and our homes so that our families can return to this one beautiful island.
Wait, that's Omar Little from The Wire. You think everyone is Omar from The Wire?
Wow, it's really nice to meet a fan.
It's like he's right here. Are you telling me he was being all type shows and stuff?
And you know, Rev Go Play plays a lot of good movies and TV shows.
Excuse me, can't you see we're watching something else? Rude.
Settle all your pop culture disputes with Rev Go Play. Watch, record, and stream all your favorite shows wherever you are. Free for all Rev TV subscribers. Rev, you and us together.
So who really own the Nassau Container Port?
Boss, that's easy. The government.
I do.
I do. Thank you.
I do. I do. And one day, he will too.
I do. Knock knock.
Here at the Nassau Container Port, we've diversified our ownership to give hardworking Bahamians a piece of the economic pie. And we'll continue to grow so that we can give you a consistent return on your investment. That's our promise.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. I'm Anastasia Valacious.
I'm Philip Simon on a Friday with you.
And thank you so much for staying
morning.
with us. BIM!
That's right. We're having too much fun here this morning.
No, it's our 18th anniversary.
It's the atmosphere, man. Yeah. It's the atmosphere. You know what? You got to celebrate life, right? Mm-hmm. You got to celebrate life. You got to celebrate milestones. You have to take the time to stop and smell the roses, right?
Yeah, no, I'm so incredibly proud of this team. 18 years. It's hard, and I don't think people understand the challenges with producing a show twice a week that is live. And you would not unless you're here, but it really it is phenomenal. It is.
It's an incredible team, a lot of hard work. I mean, you got to give shouts out to everybody here at the counselors. You know, been the biggest, been the best.
Yeah,
for a
18
long
years,
time.
consistently,
Yeah,
and I don't think any other show can say that. So congratulations again to our team. We've got more to come in the second half.
Yeah, we got the Shadow Band. They're going to be doing their thing again. Looking forward to that. Plenty dancing this morning. Like I said, I had to ask the pastors right before the interview. I was like, was it too much too soon? They said, no, it was good. It was good.
Dance like David danced.
That's right. But we've got more to come with them in the second half of the show.
Indeed we do. And of course, we're going to take a second look at weather with Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First in Insurance, today, tomorrow.
Thank you, Stan. Good morning, Bahamas. And yes, take a look at weather sunrise, a trip around the tropics. We have two systems this morning. Non-tropical low, just off the northeast, mid-Atlantic coast of the United States, has a 20% chance over the next 5 days. And then we have another system, low-pressure system, over the western Caribbean Sea, moving towards the west towards Central America. This too has a 20% chance of development over the next 5 days. On the local scene, we do have a weak frontal boundary across the Exuma, Cat Island, San Salvador area this morning, and that's interacting with some troughing across the Grand Bahama Abaco area. Now, of course, occasional cloudy periods with some showers and thunderstorms. In the marine forecast, we do have a caution posted. Winds north to northeast at 15-20 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet over the northwest Bahamas, east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet over the central and southeastern islands, those winds falling light and variable at times. On Saturday, those winds northeast at 15-20 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet over the northwest Bahamas, east at 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet over the central and southeastern islands. Then on Sunday, across all the islands, those winds become east to 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet. Yeah, tides. You can expect a low tide at 10 minutes past midday. Next high tide comes at 6:15 this evening. High again tomorrow morning at 31 minutes past midnight. Sunset 6:45 this evening. Rises tomorrow at 7:07. UV index 8. Your water temperature 84 degrees Fahrenheit. And your moon phase now moving towards the full moon. Extend a look. Mix of sun and clouds. Occasional cloudy periods with some showers and thunderstorms throughout the weekend. And breezy conditions will persist through the weekend into Sunday. Low temperature daytime will be in the mid-upper at daytime, mid-70s at nighttime. That puts you up in your final look at weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Phil.
Thank you very much, Godfrey. Of course, it's a celebration all day long. Show 1800 plus, 18 years here on Bahamas at Sunrise. We have the Shadow Band in the studio. Ronaldo Gibson, band director, leader. Welcome back, my brother.
Thank you, thank you.
And Howard Roll, co-leader. He's usually behind the scenes, but we had to pull him in front of the camera. He's still got his machinery right there just to make sure everything's cool. Listen, the talent is amazing. You know, I asked you earlier, well, who are you guys? And you kind of dodged that question. But who is the Shadow Band? Where did the name come from?
Well, the Shadow Band is a group of young Bahamian musicians.
Yeah.
And basically the name came about a few years back from just doing odd jobs here and there. We're not really having a true identity at the moment.
Right.
However, we came back about 2 years ago, and we revamped the entire system, and we just formed a nice situation of good musicians who are really trying to push the Bahamian music and keep our culture alive.
And obviously, I mean, you guys are more than just musicians. You seem really cool. You seem really close, friends. I mean, how long has it been?
It's been a few years. A lot of us known each other from different organizations, churches, junk canoe groups and stuff like that. So, it's been a good while, and we just decided to get together.
What do you sing? I mean, what do you play? How would you describe your style?
Well, our style is basically we could consider ourselves a cover band. We sing a lot of music from different bands around the world, but mainly Bahamian music. Okay. We want to stay true to our culture.
Absolutely.
So we do rake and scrape, junk canoe, gumbe, all that nice stuff. Keep it down home, because really and truly we are island people. Crooked Island, Exuma, Mangrove Key, Arklands, New Providence. So we have,
she said a Lutra.
Lutra.
Give her her island.
we have a lot of island people, so that brings the nice down home, the original feel of what it's all about.
Listen, that's excellent, man. I mean, so if somebody's watching out there and they say, I gotta have the Shadow Band. In fact, we heard some networking going on downstairs there, but how can people reach you? I mean,
well, if you want to reach the Shadow Band, you can reach the Shadow Band by 810-2309.
Okay.
Or 565-4412.
Okay.
Or you can check us on Instagram.
I was about to say.
Shadow Band.
Shadow Band.
Hey, thank you. Shadow Entertainment 242 on Instagram.
All right.
And be sure to check us out. Get that real good down home.
All right. So what are you going to play for us?
Well, we're going to give you two nice Bahamian pieces.
Okay.
It's going to be a secret.
Okay.
So
I so love the Bahamian rake and scrape. It's just amazing. Welcome to the Shadow Band, guys. I met a friend the other day. She said, Brody, I am going my way. We met up at the food store, and then she started to tell me more. She said, I got food to buy and bills to pay. This man won't help me in any way. My night just don't know what to say. So I get down on my knees and pray, 'cause he come here with his hands swinging. He come here with his arms full. He come here with his hands swinging. He come here empty hands. Through the week everything is fine. He just come here all the time. Sit in my house and watch TV, but he never have a time for me. Friday comes, I'm waiting on him to bring something for his children. 7 o'clock, I answer my door. He got the nerve to ask me what I call him for, because he come here with his hands swinging. He come here with his arms full. He come here with his hands swinging. He come here empty hands. Come on my house, eat my food, drink my rum. My night's tidiness, man, I done. Don't come here with your hands swinging. Don't come here with your arms full. Don't come here with your hands swinging. Don't come here empty hands. Don't come here with your hands swinging. Don't come here with your arms full. Don't come here with your hands swinging. Don't come here empty hands. Everybody's jumping to the Gomez sound all over town, yeah. Say dancing in the street to the Gomez beat going down, yeah. I got to go, can't miss this one. It's in the street, it's so begun. Get on your feet, shake your body line. It's in the streets, it's Gomez time. Say come on down, everybody, come on down. It's Gomez time. Say come on down, everybody, come on down. It's Gomez time. Say shadow got so, yes we got so. Say shadow got so, yes we got so. Boy you got so, so, alright, so, so, oh yeah. Say shadow got so, yes we got so. 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 You know, I got to see how I can work myself into this band, but before we do that, we're going to negotiate behind the scenes. But here's the past 18 years in review.
Good morning. Welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. I'm Gabrielle Fraser.
And I'm Romuald Ferreira.
We're here to help you get your morning started the right way.
Hey, Bahamas at Sunrise, y'all.
And of course, we have Chef Edwin Johnson there, and some of the faces that we might not know. Well, there's Dwight hiding in the back there, one of the producers of our show. We gotta know Dwight Strawn. You know, we got Margaret, Nikki, Carrie, everybody here this morning.
Gonna miss you.
Yeah,
But you're not retiring. I mean,
no, anytime you want me to come back.
Okay.
Okay, I mean, I don't know if you remember you talking to Ms. Aubrey now, so I don't know if that.
Yeah, Ms. Aubrey will always call.
So we saw Bahamas at Sunrise as another vehicle that could educate Bahamians in a fun and entertaining way.
A leader is a person who makes good choices, has a plan, gets along with others, and uses their talent and strengths to solve problems. Anyone can be a leader, even you.
The main thing that connects me to the Bahamas is the fact that I'm of Bahamian descent. Through my mother. I'm a Hannah Hastings and Tynes.
Hannah Hastings Tynes.
Yeah, man. Mount Royal and Wolf Road is where I call home when I'm here in the Bahamas.
Which is your favorite?
Well, I love the back, I tell you. There you go.
That's your favorite?
There you go. I love the back.
Okay.
And I love the color.
Do my spin? Let me see. Do my spin?
Uh-huh. Phil, you are just, I mean, you're just coming out today.
You liking the dress as well?
Oh, I do. The
Okay.
belt, the accessories, everything is really, really nice.
When we say curtain time is 8 o'clock, that is 8 o'clock punctual.
Yes, not Bahamian time. Not Bahamian
I don't
time.
believe in Bahamian time.
Okay.
There's no such thing as Bahamian time.
It's not something to hear in Tokyo, that voice coming across this land, rather than in Bahamas.
And I put him on my shoulder. And when I stepped off of my porch, the water was this deep in the yard.
Jeez.
Thank God my sister-in-law was there.
I think it's because it's the 1st of December, which means that Christmas is near. So I
Christmas
brought a
is near.
special gift for everyone, and this has been God's gift to me this year. And her name is Cairo Aria.
Cairo Aria.
Yeah, and that means victorious Lion of God.
My neighbor sang under the coconut tree. See, I was born to love this country.
Well, now that's a scene from a couple of years ago. You know, the producers just love to remind us, Romy, that they have so much dirt on us. So this is why they keep digging in the archives for these. But that's a salsa scene. You know what? 3 years on television is a big deal.
Hey, oh yeah, Mama. Give me some of that crowd.
I'm gonna try to hit the bullseye. On the board or you?
Mike.
No. All right. There we go.
19.
We've never missed a show, and everybody's truly committed and passionate, and we're just so thankful to our audience.
Who could believe 5 years has come and gone just like that? So we want to thank all of you for tuning in to Bahamas at Sunrise and making us a part of your morning.
This is the best show on television, period.
Bahamas at Sunrise. What's up then? Having fun right here on Bahamas at Sunrise.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
This is Eddie, and Eddie's a change counter. This is Sean. Sean doesn't have to count change because when Sean purchases a plan with Alive, it's VAT inclusive. Keep things simple, just like Alive's all-new VAT-inclusive prepaid plans with more talk, more text, and even more data. So don't be an Eddie. Freedom simplified. Alive. Believe in best.
We get up early every morning to offer safe and dependable service. Where quality service is paramount. An excellent travel experience is priority. Connecting the islands of the Bahamas to the world. Bahamas Air. We don't just fly here, we live here.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We hope you enjoyed that awesome highlight reel. Congratulations to our producer, Suzette, who pulled everything out of there.
Everything out of there.
Gabby and Romy. We saw Nakia in there. I saw Gandhi in there.
You saw Cairo.
I saw Cairo there with his little baby. Miss A, 18 years. How does it feel?
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
We're grown now.
Yes, I'm of age now, so I can toast to Bahamas at Sunrise.
And to all of our team that you see standing here.
Sampling?
There's a sampling of some of them. Our cameraman, of course, our producer who makes this all happen every Monday and Friday, Suzette. Miss Marks has been with us for all 18 years, right? So thank you guys so much. And
to Mr. Wendell Clare, to Terrence, to G-Day. We just want to say thank you very much for your commitment. Shelley.
Day one.
From day one. Well, listen, cheers to all of you, and thank you for staying with us for these 18 years. Without you, there would be no show, and so we appreciate all of the guests that have come on, and of course, all of you that watch every Monday and Friday. We're going to let Miss Aubrey, I'm going to just hold that Miss A. There you go, and you can cut that cake for us. Happy 18th birthday to us, everybody. Cheers.
Cheers.
We'll be back with more Bahamas at Sunrise on Monday. Make it a safe and wonderful weekend.
Bye.
Yeah, man. Cheers, Phil. wait. Try to get up to the people in the eye when you share.
Right.
It's very important.
Godfrey. It's on over there. No, I can't do that no more. I need music for that. I do all my knees.
I slipped in the shower this morning. I opened and threw my knee out.
What?
Yeah.
Like straight to the ground?
No, I caught myself, but I caught myself by twisting my knee.
We still live?
Yeah. What are we drinking? I like it.